points. We've got more in store for you right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
So Westbrook, talk about a guy who does everything for his team. He's the catalyst on offense, a ferocious finisher. Then defensively, he has all the tools to disrupt anything you do on the offensive end.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
Well, they had no consistency on the defensive end. Looked like they were building confidence, and then boom, turn up the volume. A series of bad plays. They're giving up way too many good looks.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Effective. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
The definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for Houston. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team.
For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
Efficiency, you know, I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to highlight film dunks. So I thought it was a great job.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
They were strong in transition. Seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted, playing outstanding in. They can keep it up in the second half, they may wear the other side out.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
On top, leading by just 2. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession in this way.
For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
What a way to finish up the quarter.
That's an incredible shot there. Just let it fly, take a chance, and somehow that one goes in.
And that does it for the first quarter. Pacers out in front, leading by 5. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Jeff Teague playing terrific basketball in this one. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain you extra possessions. And check this out. Sometimes just having more offensive chances than your opponent wins the basketball game.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice shots. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
Bang that rebound.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your
The
offense.
Jordan player of the game, Victor Oladipo.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to listen in on what Lloyd Pierce was saying to the team. We
Wrap it up,
talked
folks.
about X's and
For
O's.
Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. The second quarter was a heated battle, and they were only outscored by 1, ending the half with a 4-point lead. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
The three-point shot has really, really helped them out. I don't always like to see teams rely on the three, but when it's dropping like that, I say roll with it. They keep setting good screens, running these pick and rolls, they'll be tough to beat.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
There, guys, this crowd is going wild.
And so it's Chicago, going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Slice the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And that'll do it, folks. Now for...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 blocks. He came into tonight following a tremendous performance last time out and looks eager for a repeat. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
You have to marvel at the uniqueness of the Greek Freak. From half court, he needs only 2 dribbles. That's right, 2 dribbles to get to the rim. He can pass like a point guard at almost 7 feet. The list goes on and on.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Sloppy ball, way too many wasted possessions, chucking up threes, missing them. I could hit more threes than that. I hope they're talking right now about getting the ball inside, because that's what it's going to take. If they were hitting more threes, that'd be a different story. But if was the 5th, Ernie, you know the rest.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Take a break, and they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. Back to the action after this word. Our Jordan player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And as the star of this team, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He had 14 points and 3 rebounds. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
Got to give it to AD. Took control of offense, never let it go. Just becomes more patient and more confident in everything he does. Perennial MVP candidate.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Miami?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. We've got more in store for you right after this.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, that's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate.
He's developing playmaking skills.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Anthony Davis.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during that last timeout, I listened to Frank Vogel talk to his team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys.
Joining us, that'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long. Minnesota on top, leading by a point. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
Well, Ernie, this is definitely a big wake-up call for them. Their field goal percentage is sitting in the low 30s. They came out unfocused, unmotivated, unprepared. If they can't turn the tide and play with greater efficiency, it's going to be a long second half.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Clippers.
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
After this from the Target Center.
Tonight, look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that. Decide when they want to become professionals. So, listen, I'm sort of in the middle. There are legitimate arguments to be had for both sides. What I hope, regardless, is we get the best players in the league, and that's certainly going to happen whenever it happens.
That's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. See you later. Wrap up the first quarter with an energy burst, a 19-7 run. Live from Golden One Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. The second quarter got a lot more exciting for them as they were putting up big numbers and find themselves way out in front here at the half. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they built this lead in large part because of the sharpshooters off the bench. The subs played a superb game. Get it? Sub, superb. Oh, I'm rolling tonight. I mean, they played like starters.
Shaq, what's your take on Sacramento?
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the ground. That hurt. They're serious about cutting into this deficit. It's gut check time. Ugh. You hear that, Ernie? I'm getting my gut. Ugh. You got to check your gut, Ernie. Ugh. Gut check time, Ernie.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. New York ahead, running away with it. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
and definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when you're...
For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Some incredible work in this one by Rudy Gobert. He had 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 steal. And, Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
Really great rebounding effort, Ernie, so far. They're putting up some nice numbers in that category. That's the big difference in the first half.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
Well, they faced an all-out aerial assault, bombs everywhere. But they're still in position to win this game. But they were bombed from deep all half long, Ernie. They need to revamp the perimeter approach on defense. They don't need to take everything away, but they got to make it harder.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
He sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic
Of our Jordan
job.
player of the game, Draymond Green.
Yeah, and his almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of
For
talent.
Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time.